Well, hello. I just wanted to stop in, and I am B, and my channel is BTU, and it's Friday, so happy Friday, everybody. I wanted to stop in and say thank you to everybody who came over from Just Dan. You may have found me in other places too, and I appreciate each and every one of you, regardless of where you came from or how you found me. I'm ecstatic to see my numbers climb and to have the interactions that we're having, and even the negative ones. Um, Only one, or well, yeah, one. There's always one, but and I still appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. Um, as long as I'm not attacked, which it happens, but as long as we're just having a conversation, we can have the conversation. But if you're just going to attack me for you don't know who I am, that's one of the first things. But so for the new ones that don't know who I am, I wanted to just give it a minute and welcome you. And like I said, if you came, I know there's other people that are doing, sharing content and that we're connected in certain ways, but I also wanted to, if you came from Just Dance, I wanted to say get well wishes to her, and everybody send them that way. Um, when she did the video with me or about me, she was checking her blood pressure, and so maybe that might have something to do with it. But 6 hours ago, she posted that she was at the hospital getting some tests run, and she didn't say anything major was happening, just testing. But keep a whatever you do, positive thoughts, prayers, send them that way because she needs them right now. But I wanted to welcome everybody. um, I started my channel for two different reasons. So the first, I've been in the comment sections of a lot of people for a long time, and I got to where it was hard to respond in those little bits of pieces of comment. But so a long time ago, I don't even know how long it is. I'm going to do an update video when things settle down a little bit. They are settling down now, so it's not too far off in the near future. But my first time to present anything to YouTube, which had no intentions of ever doing, was a spur of the moment. In the moment, somebody was having issues and they thought I was somebody else. And so I wanted to clear their mind and give them some comfort in that moment that this is who I was and I'm not who you think I am. And because it was who they thought I was somebody that they knew in their personal life. And obviously I'm not that person, but in that moment I was like, how do I prove this? How do I make this happen? So I came out and I'm like, this is me, this is who I am, I'm not that person. So that will come out eventually. There's some things I'm respecting some situations right now, and when those are all settled, well, not all settled, I don't know that I would be settled, but when they get to a point that I feel comfortable, I will speak on that in the current events and where it's kind of like what happened and where we are now. So that will happen in the near future. I can't give any time limit because I don't know how long it's going to take for things to transpire. But so that was one. And then we have another creator that her name is As Seen by a Subscriber. And she too, in my opinion, was having some mental break. But my opinion only. But she has some troubles with connections here on YouTube. And I was just a commenter. I wasn't a creator by any means. And so I was in her comment section and she threw me a wrench to mod for her, and it just things went haywire from there. And that's all. I mean, there's content on my channel about that situation. I've spoke on it. She is definitely water under my bridge. She's not on my radar to she doesn't concern me if that but that was what was the catalyst to know, stop it, you can't do this to your subscribers, because that was what it was really about. She she was hurting a lot of subscribers. And so that's just kind of where it made me start doing content. I did do some content after the This Is Me. That person thought I lived in another state, so I did do some content. I live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. You can probably tell that from my shorts videos, what, things I have on my channel. But they thought I lived in the Northeast area, not, well, in the Eastern Coast, over that way. In Midwest, I don't know. I'm talking up in that area. I'm in Texas, so think upward and over, and so I did some that day, like recordings and postings of things around Dallas where I live at. So like, no, I'm here, this is me, and I'm here. So it's a series of little shorts and stuff for that. But so that's where that wasn't content to me. That wasn't me trying to be a content creator or to gain subscribers or to do anything more than just to ease this woman's mind. And so that's where it started. And then I went to the Coley situation, and then it was like, nah, I have a lot to say. And then it got to where just things, I have lots of opinions. I don't have a very good way of expressing them without trying to work through them and like hearing it, and it's like a peeling the onion and getting the layers and getting to the core event of what's going on. So I started doing my content for that, and if it struck me and made me like, what, then that's where it came from my heart or whatever. So that's how I started doing my content, and I really like it. I'm not to a place where I feel confident in front of you guys yet. That was a whole nother video. I have depression, anxiety, and CPTSD. And so, and a history of domestic violence. And I mean, I have all kinds, there's trauma, lots of trauma. I know it's not funny, but it's just like, there's, again, layers of the onion. There's so much, I can't give it all to you at one time. But so things that affect me may not affect you, and I get that. But we also may relate on some things, and that's where I kind of want to, let's have a conversation about these things. And we all don't react exactly the same, and we all don't feel the same, and some people have no clue what it's like to go through some of the stuff, and then there's people who have went through way worse than I've went through. So that's the place that I come from. That's where I want to be at, and those are some of the things that make me who I am. So bear with me. It's a learning process, but I still don't. When I first started, I had such an elephant on my chest for the anxiety that I had trouble breathing, and I still have it sometimes, but it's way better. So just bear with me. It's a work in progress, and it's getting better each and every time, and way faster than I thought it would. So I'm really happy about that. And I mean, I know you're suffering through it, but it's better for me. It really is. So that's where my content started. That's where it is, and where it's going to go. I mean, I can't tell you. It's still what hits my heart, what makes my stomach churn, what makes my, the either elated or sad, or just something that affects me, makes me think about a topic. And, currently, most of it's Jessica Kent. And I feel, someone took it wrong that I don't feel for Jessica. I feel for Jessica. I feel for her, but I also know that she has to take some accountability. She has to, it's like and I'm not saying she's, my opinion, that things, my dog wants up. I'm sorry. Come on. Come on. Hurry up. There she is. So with the addiction thing, is she in a relapse? It's debatable, and a lot of us, our opinion is that it's probably. But like anybody who needs help or rehab or any of those things, they have to want it. You can't make somebody go. You can't wish them well to the point that they're healthy again. So she has to do the work. I mean, but it's really bothersome to us that are watching it play out. So that's where mine comes from. And if you watch all of my videos on her, I've come from so many different sides of this. I've come from the victim of domestic violence, that I feel like she's putting people in harm's way, that this is not how you act with your abuser. I know people act differently, but I'm saying, if you're in a brand new situation of getting free of that person, don't chase them around. Don't call them 100 times. Sorry, I have to put that up because it is my opinion and my opinion only. This is me. It's not defamation. It's what I see on the internet. There have been some cease and desist went out this morning. Nicole got one. And I haven't seen any. I mean, I get that she doesn't want anybody to talk about her, but she put this out here. This is her. This is her content that we're talking about. And yes, it's her real life, but this is her content that she put out. I have another video that I'm very concerned about the kids. I'm very concerned about I'm upset with Jason. I'm upset with Jessica. So I'm all over the place. Don't think that I have any one-sided, that like I'm Team Reese, I'm Team Jessica, I am currently, I can honestly say I am not a fan of Jessica right now. I think she's harming people in every community that she could possibly belong to, the prison community, the recovery community, the domestic violence community. She's doing damage in those, in my opinion. And so that's just what I feel is happening. I think she could do some great things. She's obviously made well for herself, so it could happen. But not today, not in the situation that she's in, not who she's hanging around and all that's happening. So that's where I stand with Jessica. All my puppies are wanting to talk to everybody today. What else have I owned? So I did, and this is, please, I did Ryan Upchurch, and I will possibly talk on it again. But my stance on Ryan Upchurch is not about him or his music and who likes him, who doesn't like him, if he has conspiracy theories. No, that's not my topic. My topic is the mother-son relationship and how that dynamic is playing out on the internet, and what we are getting, how this family had fallen apart before our very eyes, and they've done some devious things to each other, and in mostly verbally and through content. And so that was where that one was from. And there's been some changes in that situation, but nothing in a good form, except for they're separated at this point. But so that's another thing I'd talk about. I don't know. I'll talk about something else. It's just whatever strikes me. And then for the people who leave nasty comments, it doesn't bother me, but how much of me do you know to say some of the things? Sorry, I'm doing the curly hair thing today. Somebody said just diffuse it, and it's still just as annoying that it's in my face. But I have curly hair normally, and you'll see it straight. So, but for the comments, the negative comments, and talking about me personally, I don't think any of you know me personally enough yet. I shop at Bass Pro Academy. I mean, how much can you tell from my content so far about my personal life? I take road trips with my husband. I mean, you know, what did that have to do with what you said to me today? I do want to say that I have a job. I have children. I have a husband. I have an ex-husband. My parents are all deceased. I have a stepfather still alive. I mean, so it's like I say I'm normal. That's a whole nother thing. I want to talk about that someday too. The normalcy of being not normal. But I do volunteer work. It's just like, but where do you draw the line on what you put on the internet and what? I mean, I don't mind sharing that with you, but then on the other hand, I've always understood to do good works from your heart and not for content. So I was told today I should do my content should be about volunteer work or something, and I do all that. I do, I mean, that's something I'm not ashamed of or anything, but my understanding is you do that stuff from the heart. It's like you don't film it, and it's not a good deed anymore in my opinion. I mean, in it to do good to the person, not to do good for myself. I'm kind of confused on why you want me to do that instead of talking to people on the internet. But anyway, I digress. That was just, I read that comment and I was like, but I do all that. But why do I have to tell everybody I do all that? I do not do the NICU hold babies thing, and I would love to, but I have some trauma with the NICU, having been in the NICU, so that's just a whole nother thing. But, so that's not one of them. But I just don't understand why you put that comment there, and what would it you're listening to this video now. Does that make a difference on if I show it on camera versus just me being a decent person and doing this stuff in my private life? So I don't know. I don't understand. I'm new. I'm new to content creator. So where that came from, is that something I'm supposed to show you? I don't know. Let me know, because if I am, I've got, I do it so I can record it, but it's just, that's not how my understanding was the good works were done from the heart, not for the people to see. But she's gonna do this until I get off. So daddy's gone, he went fishing, so she wants my attention. But I wanted to say thank you. I'm really close to 400 this evening. I appreciate everybody who has shared me, including Just Stand. There's been others. Buddy Tear shares me all the time. Y'all know who you are. You know who you are. I appreciate you and welcome. And I hope that at some point I can get clearer about this and you can get to know me. I want to get to know some of you too. I mean, that's part of the comment section and what we're talking about, and we're getting to know each other. So let's continue on this journey together. Thanks for coming. I appreciate you. Bye.